All right, this video is for Windows PC users. I have here my Windows 11 desktop. I'm signed in as a brand new user. So you might have something that looks like this. If you're using an earlier version of Windows, this is going to be pretty much the same set of instructions. What I want you to notice is a couple things. One, down here at the bottom, we have the search option, which allows us to look for applications and content on our computer. If you're like me, you prefer to see this start button and search button all the way over on the left. In Windows 11, Microsoft decided to put this in the center of the taskbar. I'm going to move it. You don't have to, but to move it, I would right click here, go to taskbar settings, scroll down, and I would be looking for taskbar behaviors, taskbar alignment. Hit that little down arrow, and I can say I can put that on the left and close, and now I feel just a little bit better. I'm going to share with you what's necessary to create a folder on your desktop, show you where it is, how that relates to files and folders, something I've already talked about, and along the way, I'm going to point out the things that aggravate me about Microsoft Windows. Don't worry, I'll say nasty things about Apple too in the Apple video. So for your work, what I want you to do is I want you to right mouse click somewhere on your desktop and choose New and Folder. And then you get to choose the name of your folder. Don't just leave it as New Folder. You could call your folder Work Space, or if you are in MIS 2402, a course that I teach at Temple University, you would type in MIS 2402 Workspace, and it doesn't really matter. Notice that I kept all the letters lowercase. I didn't put any spaces in there. I kept everything as simple as I could, and then I can double click there. And now I'm inside of that folder. So I already I have a folder, and if I click here, this whole thing here is called File Explorer. If I click up in here, I can see I have C, that's my drive, my hard drive, users, student, desktop, MIS 2402 workspace. So I have 4 folders, and there I have folders stored inside of other folders. All right, pretty simple. And the reason I'm saying all this in such great detail is I have seen some students try to just go through the whole semester doing everything in their downloads folder or some such place. It's a terrible place to do your work. All right. Also, documents is not necessarily the right choice because you're going to be working with HTML web pages, and HTML web pages are not Microsoft Word documents. They're not Excel spreadsheets. They're their own thing. And I'm suggesting that you should put this right on your desktop. All right. So let me create a text file. You know what a text file is right now. So I'm going to right click in here and say new text document, not a rich text document, a new text document, and click there, and I will call this document hello. All right. Something that drives me absolutely bonkers about Microsoft Windows is what we're seeing right here. Hello is not the real name of this file. To get to the real name of this file, I either have to have something memorized, which is, and I have to be able to pick up on the fact that it says type text document. I have to remember the naming convention for text documents, or I have to turn on a feature of File Explorer that will let me see the full real name of the document. To do that, I need to click on these 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, go down to Options, and then under Options, I can go to View, and if I dig through all of this, you can see that there are things that are hidden from me. Hide extensions for known file types. I'm going to uncheck that. In other words, don't hide it from me, please, because I am not uninformed. shall we say. There. The real name of this file is hello.txt. That's the real name of the file. You'll find that both Apple and Microsoft are guilty of assuming the ignorance of the user, and they want to hide details like this because this is quote unquote way too technical to know that TXT means text document. In my humble opinion, hiding it makes it worse. All right, now I'm going to right click on this file. I'm going to say open with, and I'm going to open with Notepad. Later on, we'll install some other software to do this, but there's my Notepad file, and I am going to put text in there. Hello world. Okay, and I can click File and Save. Now, if I wanted to, I could save this as a HTML file, because we know that HTML files are really just text files with a different extension. I could say File, Save As, Hello, HTML. Here we go, and save. So now you can see that because this is hello.html, it's going, when I double click it, it will automatically open up in a browser. And currently Microsoft Edge is the default browser on this system. All right, so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to make an edit to hello.html. I should be able to right mouse click on it and say open with, and I have Notepad here in my list. If you don't have Notepad here in the list, you can choose another app and find Notepad in the list of suggested apps. So I'm going to open this back up in, there's a right mouse click, open with Notepad, and in here I'm going to put in some HTML. Now, let me be clear, what I'm doing is not entirely correct. I'm just making a point. There we go. I added in my tag, which was angle bracket H1. That is the numeral 1. And then angle bracket / H1. And I hit save. So now, if I double click on hello.html, I get hello world, right? And you can see that that text is different from what I would see if I just did ordinary text. That would open up in Notepad and it would be unadorned, unembellished, undecorated text. All right, so that's a pretty good place to stop. In just a little bit, I'm going to go to a website which has more Hello World content on it. But just for right now, look, I'm in Edge. I'm in, this could be Edge, this could be Chrome. Look where that's referring to. It's referring to the local file system, and that's really different from a web page, right? A web page starts with HTTPS : and then some server name. So I can look at web pages that are out on the internet. I can also look at web pages that are right here on my machine. All right, I'm going to stop here and pick up with a little bit more about HTML.